the talk you made recently, how to start HRT, can you do it before menopause? I guess that was all a bit for younger women, 40, 50, is it?
No, so we produce vast quantities of everything until we're about 25. And then things start to decline, but they don't all decline at the same rates. And so actually, I would say that, I mean, we're all different, but for the most part, I would say that a lot of women, by the time they're in their mid to late 30s, have pretty low testosterone, and they could benefit from a little bit of testosterone replacement. So that usually is the first thing to go for whatever reason. And then progesterone is usually the second thing to go. And again, you have to measure levels, but sometimes we know that we're progesterone deficient when we stop sleeping, when we start sweating at night, when our periods get dysregulated. And then estrogen, of course, is the last thing to go when we actually enter menopause. But there is a period of time for probably a few years before you're actually in menopause, where maybe you benefit from a little bit of estrogen as well, right? Because it's not like one day your estrogen is like here, and then the next day it's like zero, you know, it's a decline over time. So you can still be, you know, producing enough estrogen to cycle, but you can still be having some menopausal symptoms. So during those perimenopausal years, you definitely can be on hormones. And then usually after menopause is when you'll get on a stable dose that you could really stay on. Like during the perimenopausal years, everything has to be constantly adjusted as your body keeps changing. But the hormones, they're really for women, I think 30s, 40s, 50s, and older. I mean, I try not to, I see women in their 20s here and there. I try not to do too much to them because they're so young. But again, we're all different, and anything can happen at any age. You have to get a comprehensive lab panel done and take a look at it, see what's going on.
So like, for example, a woman of 40, imagine she's already started on testosterone, and next up is a little bit of progesterone. Probably then when she's 40, 45, she'll have a lot of years till she's get into menopause. So for the estrogen, is just waited out till menopause, right?
More or less, yeah. So like I said, I'm about to turn 47. I've been on testosterone for a long time. I was on the cream for a while, and now I take these rapid dissolve tabs. And then I've been on progesterone for the last couple of years because I stopped sleeping and I started sweating at night. So then I checked my progesterone level and it was essentially zero. And then more recently, I started taking the most tiny little amount of estrogen with my morning hormone tab, just literally a drop, because my estrogen levels had gone down and I was starting to get a little bit sweaty during the day sometimes. And so it's the tiniest little bit, but I'm going to probably need that support until I actually go into menopause, which hopefully I have another, you know, let's say, you know, 5 to 10 years or something. So yeah, we're all different. You got to you have to see how you feel. You have to measure the levels. I mean, medicine is an art, not a science. It's an art with some scientific elements to it.
Yeah. You also mentioned in your recent talk, thyroid. Are you only putting people, women, men, on thyroid when they have a hypothyroidism, or do you also do it just for optimization and maybe more energy?
No, there has to be, well, you have to have a reason. I mean, if all the thyroid indices are totally normal, then I definitely don't put anybody on thyroid medicine. But I mean, in conventional medicine, they'll let your TSH go pretty high. I mean, I will usually start offering medicine for a TSH above 4.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't let it go too high, and I take a look at everything. I take a look at the free T3. If the free T3 is too low, we could also talk about thyroid medicine. But I mean, if somebody feels tired but their thyroid looks perfect, absolutely not.
Mm. Bella Kim asks, where else can a woman apply testosterone cream instead of inner thighs? I have learned switching the application sites is encouraged.
Yes, you have to switch the application sites, because if you don't, you're going to grow hair there. So yeah, the inner thighs, the inner arms is a good like in here, and you can put it in your vagina if you want to. There's good absorption, but I think if you alternate between the 2 thighs and the 2 inner arms, then you're only putting it on each site 1 to 2 times per week, and that should minimize any excess hair growth.
Okay.